slept on the team that they owe me. I need a ring and a trophy. I say I'm the best because I am. There's no need in keeping it low-key. I can carve up the D like a turkey or run straight through the D like a train. This year we ain't taking no losses. It's all about making the game. I hear a lot of trash talk. He call himself making a name. I put on the Jets. The coach will regret even letting them stay in the game. Team morale took a tumble. Next time, be humble.
I'm the coach. You're locked into the...
First opened back in 1975. There's a look inside the iconic Mercedes-Benz Superdome in downtown New Orleans. Tonight, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Dallas Cowboys and the New Orleans Saints. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Let's go! Check, 47. It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
They run with Ezekiel Elliott, last year's NFL rushing leader. Able to shake free for about 7 up to the 35.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Prescott to throw it. Looking for his tight end, Witten, and it's intercepted. Picked off by a former first-round pick, Patrick Robinson. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Out onto the field comes New Orleans.
Ready. Waiting. Check. Watch 54. Hey, watch the slant.
So after the INT, it's Breeze. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
To throw again on 2nd down, Breeze.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
And on 3rd down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back.
Man, I got you.
From the gun, it's Breeze. To the right side and complete to Thomas. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 14 yards on the play as they pick up the first. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
Yeah, we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got the turnover. We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a second and long. Again, it's Breeze. Finds the open target, Arnold. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
Okay, I'm not so great at math, but I just looked over at our statistician, Marvin, and he signaled to me 5 for 5 to get things started here on this opening drive. Where I come from, that's pretty good.
That is pretty good. Now, what do you do defensively to adjust?
Well, this is where you've got to make a decision as a defensive coordinator. Do you really get after the quarterback, or maybe you tighten down on the receivers, bump them off of their routes, chip away at their timing so things aren't as precise as they've been so far in this game?
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Give him 2 yards on that one. Second and goal now. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
Second and goal from inside the 5. They run with a former Viking and Raider. It's Latavius Murray. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. A 4-yard touchdown run, and the Saints have taken the early lead. Solid job up front, really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run, end result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Will Lutz on for the point after. Good as the Saints have a 7-0 lead. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it culminates with a Latavius Murray touchdown run. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Dallas offense now, heading back out onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
After the sack, here's 2nd and 11. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Ezekiel Elliott. But now it's 3rd down. And on this offensive unit, your thoughts on Travis Frederick?
He's a quarterback's best friend. Sets all the line calls and blocks so aggressively.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Prescott from the gun. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Sheldon Rankins in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to fourth down.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
So on fourth down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. Back deep is Marcus Sherrills. A big boot that time, 57 yards the official distance. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. Now they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. Throwing now is Breeze. Over the middle, it's Jared Cook. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
They're not ready for this, man.
They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And I don't think Kamara got there. Looks like they stopped him short. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
How about the fellas with the stars on the side of their helmets rising up on defense? We always hear about the Cowboys' rushing offense. Their rush defense is pretty good as well, I think, because they're so cohesive. Defensive line, linebackers really work well together.
Now the veteran punter for the Saints, Thomas Morstead, on to punt on 4th down. Back deep is Tavon Austin. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They start on the ground with Elliott. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards on the pickup there and a 1st. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop, but that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
50. Right there. 56. Three bud.
On 2nd and 11 now. Prescott out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. It's a loss of 2. Now 3rd down. So 1st and 2nd down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Cameron Jordan wreaking havoc with a sack. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
Ready. Yellow lady. Check 55. Check back.
Here's Murray now as they run it to start the drive. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
I got you. Where's that? Check. Watch 54. You can't block me.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 20. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
So the previous play, a big help, as now they'll have it 1st and 10 up at the 20. A give. This is Kamara. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run.
Ready. 95, 56. 54. 54. I'm coming.
From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. DeMarcus Lawrence in on the tackle. He had a minimal gain on first down. Now they stop him for no gain. What do you think, going in a different direction on 3rd down?
Could very well be. I'll guarantee he's asking for the ball 3rd time to try and make up for the first 2. But his QB might very well say, well, my man, maybe next series. Let's try someone else on this play.
That's complete to his running back, Kamara. The third down run gets him nothing.
And that's when it's fun to play defense. When you're able to diagnose a play right from the beginning, get all your guys to the football, and spill the play, that's when you have a lot of fun playing on that side of the ball.
Here's Thomas Morstead now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. Here's Austin. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Dak and the Cowboy offense heading back onto the field. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground, but that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line so he doesn't get hit as much.
And we'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going forward. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Second down, Prescott. Wide open, Amari Cooper. And he'll be down deep into New Orleans territory. A big play here for Dallas. 58 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. Again to Elliott. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Prescott. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Here's Prescott. This will be caught at about the 5. And he's able to pick up the 1st before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now.
At first glance, I thought he just used his size in order to win the route, but he also had a little subtle move in there as well. Made the defender think he was going one direction and was able to track the ball in another.
Now Elliott. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. They'll try again with Elliott. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
The crowd here in the Dome making things difficult. 3rd and goal. Now Prescott. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. The kick by Marr is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. Now, that's something of a pick-me-up. The offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it. Those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
After the made field goal, Marr back out there to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The offense and Alvin Kamara heading back onto the field. It's the 2nd quarter. His team has the lead, but I think he's hoping for a little bit more production out of himself.
And we often talk about preaching patience to a runner when things are a little bumpy in the early going, but we have to do the same thing with the offensive line. They can't wait to halftime to make the adjustments. They have to do it from series to series so those surface tablets come into play. Check out what the defense is doing and see if they can find a better way to run it.
So they search for that patience here now. So Brees going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their own 23. Here's Brees. On target over the middle to Hill. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
And down he goes,
But the quarterback saw him and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Now, Brees again. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field.
And they're the recipient of a nice gift here late in the half with a real chance to put points on the board.
And it's been a difficult half for them in terms of putting points on the board. So here with this gift, with this opportunity, they've got to find a way to cash it in.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. He finds Randall Cobb on the completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. Throwing again on second down. Prescott, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. The Cowboys on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Prescott. That one complete to Elliott. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Saints' 22-yard line.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Prescott to throw it. Going right side. He has Winton. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. The kick by Maher is good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
After the made field goal, Maher back out there to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. 9 seconds to play, likely the final snap of the first half as it's 1st and 10.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down.
So we're at halftime. So I'm waltzing down Main Street, got an umbrella, just a torrential downpour, and I look over, and this guy, stone-faced, wearing a poncho that says, "Don't rain on my parade," and he is just angry. And, we got to go. I'll tell you the rest later. Here we go, third quarter.
Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. This is fielded at the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else. They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
95, 56. 54, 54. Damn. What's that?
Off the play fake to Kamara. It's Breeze. He's going to air one out. This is caught inside the 15. A big play. Breeze finding Thomas. 46 yards. Back in the first quarter, you said it. They need to avoid the big play, but he just got a big one right there.
You can't relax. You know, we talked about in the first quarter, but as the game progresses, still opportunities, and he took advantage of one there.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And I think the ball's out. It's picked up by the Cowboys.
All I know, partners, that with every play call that came in, there was a little discussion about, hey, we can seal this bad boy. We can really put ourselves in a great spot to take total control. And yet they find a way to cough it up.
Yeah, the two-score game opportunity eludes them, and now a chance for the other side to come back here.
Yeah, that means defense has to go out there and make some plays themselves. So we call sudden change. Let's see if the defense is mentally ready to take care of it.
Now a carry for the big fella. This is Jameis Olawale. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. Demario Davis there on the stop.
Good solid gain on first down. About what you'd expect from the big guy carrying the ball.
At the 3-yard line.
On second down, Elliott. And he'll take this up to about the 7 or 8 yard line. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or two short here with third down coming up.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. And he'll lose yardage and be down at the 7-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Well, they opted not to run it. They completed the pass on 3rd and 2, but they lost yardage to bring up 4th.
Well, give credit to the guys on the other side of the ball. They snuffed out the play. But it does bring into question, 1, the play call, because they didn't run the ball there. They could have run it. And 2, just not getting it. That's got to be deflating for them.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he's on here to punt it away. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football, Doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. So Brees going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their own 37. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Ready? 5-8, 5-8. 55. Let's go, defense.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. Jalen Smith, who took a huge step forward last year, in on the tackle for Dallas.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. To throw on 2nd and 6. Brees. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Malik Collins able to drop him for a loss of 4 from his defensive tackle spot.
We are seeing two really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A big 3rd down conversion with a gain of 28. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Going for it all. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. The Pro Bowler Michael Thomas was the intended receiver, but it's going to be 2nd down.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah,
what happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
Brees pass. Intended for Michael Thomas. Incomplete.
So they went to the booth to see if that was a touchdown, and they have decided it will not be a touchdown. 6 points off the board. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Brees now. His throw caught right around the 6. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Give him 22 yards, and that's also where they snapped it from, the 22. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver because You've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
Ready? You ready? Watch it, you five. Get your swarm on.
Now a play fake here on first down. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, first down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on first down in this situation because second down, that gives me an option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
So an incomplete pass a moment ago, and that leads to second and goal. They'll run it with Kamara. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Alvin Kamara taking it in. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. They were able to stop him at the line on first down, but this time he punches his way through.
And sometimes just because you're stopped on the first run, it doesn't mean the play call was bad or incorrect. You might just need better execution and just a tad more determination, and they got it done on the second try.
Lutz with the extra point, and the lead is up to 8. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And the capper came from Alvin Kamara on the touchdown run. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made. And that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Only 2 there on the dump off. It's 3rd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Looking to throw. Prescott. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. He needed a yard. That's what he got. And it's going to earn him a new set of downs.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. The give is to Elliott. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
That defensive front four has been very good. They have just not let the running game get going, have they?
Not at all. In fact, the entire offense just looking a little bit out of sync in this one.
Yeah, sometimes this is why coaches like four-down defensive linemen, they feel like they can cover more ground when defending the run.
On 2nd and 11 now. Prescott connects here with a tight end, Blake Jarwin. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen. We got this.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Last year, Dak Prescott had 3 fourth-quarter comebacks, and he's in search of another one right now. On 1st and 10, Prescott. Caught left side by Cobb. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
2nd and 6 at the 44-yard line.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Throwing, Prescott. Throw right side, taken in by Gallup. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. But everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When a receiver's in your zone and he crosses to another one, you got to let your guy know. They got a completion there, but I like the discipline they showed to stay in their proper areas and then make the tackle.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Elliott. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 11. Prescott from the gun. And this is caught. It's Cooper. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
All right, let's just go ahead and walk through this one pretty easily, right? Blast off the line of scrimmage, get downfield to a certain point, usually around 8 to 10 yards, turn around and make sure the quarterback sees your numbers and set yourself up for the pass.
A well-executed curl route by Charles Davis. First and goal, a touchdown and a 2-point conversion here are musts.
Here we go.
Now it's the Florida Atlantic alum. This is Alfred Morris. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And now the Cowboys are within a 2-point conversion of tying up the game.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it works very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
And a failure to convert and tie the game. Now the pressure shifts back to the defense.
But I think it was the right play. I think it was the right call to try and tie the game there. Kick an extra point, you're still down 1. What's the sense? I like what they did.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara, he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. Left side, caught by Matthews. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll lead here to a third down.
They threw the screen to the perimeter, but to no benefit at all. Tackled behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of yardage.
The Saints on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, it's Breeze. And complete, right side to Cook. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for New Orleans.
Let's go, baby.
Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 15. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. And that's incomplete.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Prescott toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Michael Gallup, that's who he was looking for, and it's 3rd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Prescott. And this is caught. Amari Cooper. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. A big play here for Dallas. 62 yards.
It's funny when I go back to our pregame meeting with Amari Cooper, and we mentioned, what if they play man coverage against you? He almost seemed offended by it, didn't he?
I'll beat it. That's basically what he said, right?
I mean, the best receivers we've ever talked to and covered, when you talk about covering them with one guy, they think that's a personal affront. If they feel like if they can't just beat one defender, then they're not very good.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Prescott yet again. Over the middle, he hits Austin. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 11 more on that one, and another 1st down.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
Here we go. Go right in. I'm coming after you.
Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. And now he'll tuck it in. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. A 12-yard touchdown run. And the Cowboys have taken the lead. He doesn't need a lot of space for an electric run. He showed that there. Heck, they told us this week they were hoping he would break a big one. He just did.
And what did his offensive – I mean, remember we talked with the offensive line? And one of the guys, one of the stalwarts said, I don't even have to make a great block for him. If I just breathe bad breath on the guy in front of me, often that opens up enough space for him to go.
Brett Maher on for the extra point. And the lead is up to 5. 5 plays there on that drive. And it was capped off by a 12-yard touchdown run. Following the touchdown, here's Maher to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Drew Brees getting ready to go again on offense. A field goal does him no good. They need a touchdown.
And right now, in his mind, in his memory bank, he's drawing on times that he's done this before. Not necessarily in the NFL. College, high school, pee-wee ball, wherever. Anything positive that he remembers about taking a team downfield with a chance to win, he's going to draw on that for this drive.
I'm sure that these guys live for these moments. Here we go. So Brees going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their own 26. They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 27-yard line.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Throwing now is Brees. And this is incomplete.
Incomplete on the throwaway. It's now 3rd down and 9 yards to go.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Now Breeze. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. Breeze going to throw. And Ginn's got it. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. Well, they did the part they had to do. Quick throw got the 1st down.
But that doesn't allow them to relax. They still have plenty of work to do.
1st down now, but that clock rolling. He's back to throw. He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. Oh, it's out. Smith lost it. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 30.
When those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them. Big tackle, knock the ball free. Anything you can do to slow them down.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And this one now not quite over yet. Still 2 timeouts remaining defensively. And, boy, having that 3rd timeout would have really helped here.
Another example of why coaches really stress saving your timeouts for when you absolutely have to have them. They go over this all the time. Here's one of those situations.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. Again, it's Elliott. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. The Cowboys on their way to victory as they take a knee. Prescott, he goes down to a knee, and that should just about do it.
Partner, they took a knee to finish this one off. To me, that's the only thing they lost in the 4th quarter. How about that comeback?
Yeah, trailed coming into the last frame. Got it done, taking the knee. And with a 3rd and 13 here, the defense in a dime look. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And it took a big 4th quarter to do it, but bottom line, they got the job done.
Yeah, it is the bottom line, isn't it?